Hello, folks. Welcome to MLS Matchday 15 prediction video. We got some good ones, of course. We have one between Seattle and Dallas that will kick off Matchday 15, plus a showdown in Minnesota, plus Sunday night soccer in Atlanta. Let's get to it. Seattle taking on Dallas at 3 p.m. Eastern game. Both teams listen. They're going to come in with some momentum, of course. Seattle's coming off a draw to Portland, while for Dallas, they just lost to their rivals in Houston. This game's going to be very huge for Dallas because they can't afford to lose this one, but I'm going to go with a draw. I think it's a very good game. I'll give it a 2-2 draw. San Diego taking on LA Galaxy at 4:45 p.m. Eastern game. This is the rematch of the Matchday 1 game where San Diego beat LA Galaxy 2-0. And that was where it all started. For the Galaxy, they're still winless. For San Diego, climbing on the top of the board. This is going to be huge for LA Galaxy because, again, this is the team that they should have beaten in Matchday 1. And now they're going to be playing in their turf. I do think San Diego will play tough. I'll give them a 2-1 win against LA Galaxy. DC United taking on New York Red Bulls, 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. United trying to get through this season. Meanwhile, for New York Red Bulls, they're coming off a tough loss to New York City Football Club. This is going to be a huge game, but I'm going to go with New York Red Bulls winning it 2-0. Charlotte taking on Columbus at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. And for Charlotte, they're on a 5-game losing streak, if I'm wrong. But they're going to take on Columbus. Yeah, their hell is real match turned out to be a draw. But these two already face each other, I believe, 3 weeks ago. So they already seen each other. I do need to see Charlotte response because this is against Columbus. I'll go Columbus again, a 2-1 win against Charlotte. Montreal taking on LAFC at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. Montreal lost 6-1 to Toronto, and they will take on LAFC, who come off a draw in the El Tráfico. But also huge for LAFC because remember they got, I believe, 2 weeks or a week away until their big game against Club America for a chance for the Club World Cup. So huge implications for them. But I'm going to go LAFC winning it 2-0. Philadelphia taking on Miami at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. Miami is on the conversation of maybe their manager's not going well after draw, and then a big loss against their rivals Orlando. They're going to take on Philadelphia, who are in the top of the East, and they come off a big win on the road against Atlanta. I do think this is huge for Philly, but again, Miami's going to try to get a good response. Give me a 2-1 win, Miami. Orlando taking on Portland at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. Orlando's on a 5-game unbeaten streak. They're going to take on Portland, who are coming off a draw to Seattle. Huge game, but I'm going to go with a draw. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Toronto taking on Nashville, 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. Toronto scoring 6 goals against Montreal. Nashville, they're climbing up to the table, but they're trying to get into at least top 3. I'm going to go Nashville with a 3-0 win. Minnesota taking on Austin FC at 8:30 p.m. Eastern game. Austin trying to climb up in the standings. Minnesota as well, but these are two good teams in the Western Conference. I'm going to go with a draw, a 0-0 draw. Kansas City taking on New England at 8:30 p.m. Eastern game. For Kansas City, they got a draw result against St. Louis. If I was wrong, sorry. I haven't catch up with Matchday 14. But they're going to take on New England. Yep. the Revolution in this one. I'm going to take a draw in this one, 1-1 draw. Colorado taking on St. Louis at 9:30 p.m. Eastern game. Colorado coming off a big win against Real Salt Lake. They're going to take on a winless or drawless St. Louis, who they have dropped points a lot this season. I'll go Colorado winning at 3-0. Real Salt Lake taking on Vancouver, 9:30 p.m. Eastern game. A very great game for these two teams. Of course, Vancouver coming off a draw to Austin FC, and Real Salt Lake coming off a tough loss to Colorado. I'm going to go Vancouver winning at 2-0. San Jose taking on Houston at 10:30 p.m. Eastern game. Houston, back-to-back wins for the first time this season, but they got to take on a San Jose team that has some strikers that can really score goals. I'm going to take San Jose with a 2-1 win. We go to Sunday. New York City Football Club taking on Chicago at 3 p.m. Eastern game. Chicago getting a big win against Charlotte on the road. They're going to take on New York City Football Club, who is also coming off a big win in their rival game against New York Red Bulls. I'll go with New York City Football Club with a 2-1 win. Our Sunday soccer night, presented by Apple TV, is Atlanta United taking on Cincinnati at 7 p.m. Eastern game. These two teams are trying to get it back on the track, but for Cincinnati, hell is real. Turned out to be hell is a draw. While for Atlanta, they're coming off a tough performance against Philadelphia, and this is being played in Atlanta. I do think the crowd is going to make a lot of noise. Give me Atlanta with a 2-1 win against Cincinnati. If you have not seen my other videos, go check them out on my channel, of course. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell for more sports news. We'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.